I've been in the fitness arena for 17 years. I started Manny's Fitness Program in 2009. We offer indoor bootcamp, personal training, and online coaching for weight loss, muscle building, and overall better health and performance. And I ran into this article here that was posted 12 hours ago. It says junk food, TV, and online advert ban comes into force, right? Basically trying to reduce obesity or even prevent child obesity. All right, so junk food, TV, and online advert ban comes into force. So I already read the whole article, and one thing that stood out for me was a couple of things like this one. It applies to products considered to be the biggest drivers of childhood obesity right here, including soft drinks, chocolates, and sweets, pizzas, and ice creams. All right, so commercials, right? Commercials in the middle of children's shows. That's where they're being very aggressive, right? Being very aggressive when it comes down to pushing ads, right? And targeting the children with fast food, right? Fast food. Child obesity is actually an epidemic, right? Because the child cannot go to the store by him or herself, right? But they can whine, right? They can whine or something like that and have the parents buy it for them. So now it actually comes down to the parents. It comes down to the parents. I have children myself. Well, I have one. My youngest is 8 years old, and I'm not gonna say that we don't get them, like, let's say, McDonald's. We do, but we are conscious of how much he consumes it, right? He'll probably consume it maybe once a month, right? Once a month. During holidays, maybe twice a month, right? It depends where we're at in within our whole family, right? Being conscious of eating the right foods in a certain time of the season, basically, right? Let's say during the holidays, we consume more holiday foods and stuff like that. So sometimes they consume a little bit more carbs, sugars, and salts. But right here it says children, right here. Children are highly susceptible to aggressive marketing of unhealthy foods, and exposure to them puts them at greater risk of developing obesity and associated chronic diseases, which is true. But like I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to the parent, right? Is the child going to manipulate you to buy them something unhealthy, right? It comes down to that, right? So I think it's deeper than this. The parent has control of what the child eats, right? The child is not going to the store by themselves and having enough money to go continually buy these things, right? Unless you're a teenager. I know, like, around the block, where they get dropped off from school, they'll go to the little market there. They'll get chips and candy bars and sodas and stuff like that. So but once they get to that age to where they're on their own and they make their own decisions, and they're making wrong decisions, we actually fail as a parent in regards to nutrition, right? We're supposed to teach them and educate them in eating the right foods, macronutrients, micronutrients, in focusing on lean meats, good fats, good oils, good carbs, right? A lot of vegetables, some fruit, nuts, seeds, water, right? Staying hydrated and stuff like that. So, do I agree with banning some advertisements? These advertising companies have it down to the science when it comes down to getting the child to manipulate or persuade the parent to buy them these fast food or unhealthy options, right? But then on top of that, maybe the parent doesn't know any better as well, right? They might not think how bad it is. See, so the education goes towards everybody, right? The education starts at the root, which is the parent, right? My parents should have taught me. I teach my kids, so on and so on, right? But I understand that some of us don't have that level of knowledge, that level of understanding, that level of information, right? And let's be honest here. A lot of the good quality, healthy food is more expensive, right? So a lot of times somebody that's dealing with poverty has no option, right? So it's bigger than this. It's bigger than just banning these commercials. If you really want to make a big impact and decrease the amount of child obesity, right? Right here, it says the government estimates the ad ban will prevent around 20,000 cases of childhood obesity. It's horrible. It's horrible for a child to already be dealing with a high body fat percentage. I'm talking about, a child of around 10 years old dealing with 40% body fat. That's a lot, right? Because I deal with people that need to lose weight or build muscle and stuff like that. So an adult can actually deal with it a little bit more because we have more muscle. We move more. We're older. We're able to withstand that bigger hit. So if you really think about it, a child dealing with obesity is harsher than a 20 or 30-year-old. Because 20 or 30-year-old, you're at your prime. The body should be strong enough to undergo some kind of experience like that. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments section. And that's the thing. We have to lead by example as parents. We have to know these things. We have to know these the foods. We need to learn the food market, because the food market has changed dramatically. Let's say 2,000 years ago, right? We used to be hunters and gatherers. Now, a lot of labs are creating these preservatives that are harmful for us, right? So, yeah. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Again, if you want to join Manny's Fitness Program, visit my website, www.mannysfitnessprogram.com, or just email us, getfit@mannysfitnessprogram.com. We have indoor boot camp, personal training, and online coaching for weight loss, muscle building, and overall better health and performance. We have a few openings still for our New Year's new joins, 2026. We have 5 a.m., 9 a.m., and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturday morning, we have 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. Come and join us. Stay fit and live life. I'll see you in the next video.